Tonight, 13 News has learned that a daycare worker with a YMCA is behind bars, accused of neglecting a child who has autism. 13 Investigates reporter Sierra Putman's in studio with that story tonight.
Well, just a few hours ago, Scott, we learned that the YMCA says it fired that worker and the daycare's director. Turns out it was the mother of the child that first contacted police and then us about these allegations. And today, police arrested that former worker. Dean Sheets is your typical 3-year-old. He's a little silly.
He likes being upside down.
Likes cuddles. And is also quite vocal.
He may not say words, but he still has a lot to say.
Dean can also be a handful. His mom, Tara, says she explained why when she first visited the YMCA Early Learning Child Care Facility at Madison Park.
That he was autistic and nonverbal, and I wanted to make sure that they were equipped to handle that.
The YMCA Daycare agreed to care for Dean. It's housed at this church in Anderson, but the YMCA is in charge. After 4 months, Tara got this letter stating the daycare was unable to provide the level of attention, learning tools, and specialized care Dean needed. The YMCA told 13 Investigates it stopped serving 3 children because their needs went beyond their scope of care. Former daycare workers say the 3 children had autism.
It's just not fair. It made me feel like he was too much.
The YMCA Daycare is an unlicensed registered ministry. While they follow basic safety regulations, staff does not need specific training to care for children with special needs, like a licensed child care center must have. The lack of training concerned a former daycare worker who reached out to Dean's family to report a teacher mistreated him.
I just couldn't stand for it.
That worker agreed to speak but wanted to remain anonymous. 13 Investigates reviewed termination documents that state she was fired for poor job performance.
And I told them that I was going to call DCS, and they fired me later that day.
2 other former daycare workers who left on their own told 13 Investigates they too saw issues with Dean's care. Using a stuffed animal, one of the workers showed how she saw Dean's diaper duct taped.
To the point where he would dig into his own body to try and get it off, and he would be bloody.
State records show inspectors visited the daycare on August 29th and listed the duct tape issue as one of 6 violations found. The 3 workers also told 13 Investigates they saw the boy was left unattended in a classroom.
They would leave him in there for over an hour.
And left alone in a bathroom.
Do you think these are allegations that need to be criminally investigated?
Absolutely.
Carly Shiratino-Poulter is with the ARC Advocacy Network. The group advocates for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Even if there wasn't malicious intent, it still put a child in danger. And no child should be placed in danger like that. They could die.
She says it's concerning when any child is left unattended, but it's even worse when the child has autism.
All children need supervision at that age in general, but especially when you're dealing with a child with a disability.
DCS and Anderson police were notified of the allegations. The teacher was arrested for neglect of a dependent, confinement, and reckless supervision of a child. The YMCA told 13 Investigates it's cooperating with police, and the staff member was placed on administrative leave.
What do you think should happen next?
I think the people that done this to my son should be held accountable. I don't think that daycare should be operating at all.
Now, family and friends are caring for Dean until he gets into a specialized program. The YMCA sent me this note tonight saying they banned the worker from all Y property. It also said that a child could have been treated like this in their care is unacceptable. Anderson police told me they're still investigating and another arrest could still be coming. Sierra Putman, 13 Investigates.